Hi, I'm Jay McClellan with Fortune Bay Expedition Team. Liz and I are off on a 3-week adventure driving to Newfoundland along with our friends Cupcake and Cougar. We're bound for Labrador on the scenic coastline of Quebec along the St. Lawrence River. Northeast of Quebec City, there's a short ferry that will take us about 1.4 kilometers across the river Saguenay. Here you can see our adventure van, Gandalf the Grey, in front, with Cupcake and Cougar pulling a Tiger Moth Overland trailer behind. In late afternoon, we explored some dirt side roads to find a place to camp for the night, and eventually found a nice spot along a small river. Hello from the wilds of Quebec.
Yeah. We just cleared this campsite a little while ago. Thought it looked pretty good, you know.
With a folding shovel, it took a while.
Yeah. Hurry up with that corn.
Well, if you'd built a better fire, it'd be done by now.
Yeah. Boy, here we go.
Today we're headed north on Highway 389 to reach Labrador City and the beginning of the Trans-Labrador Highway. Lots of grades. It was 17% upgrade now. Long stretches of this highway are still unpaved, and this would be the longest section of dirt roads on our trip. As we cross into Labrador, we begin driving the Trans-Labrador Highway. This will take us 1,100 kilometers across Labrador and down to Blanc-Sablon, where we'll catch a ferry to Newfoundland. Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Looking down a lot of these trails on either side, and a couple of them I see might either have vehicles or cables across the gate or something. So maybe this close to town there's a lot of private property, eh?
We headed east out of Labrador City and eventually found a gravel pit where we camped for the night. This was our first bear sighting of the trip, but it wouldn't be the last. Yeah, it's a bear on the left. Our map showed some waterfalls down this side road, so we decided to go exploring. As the road got rougher, Cupcake and Cougar decided to turn back, while Liz and I pressed further on in our van. The road wasn't bad, but it would have been a rough ride with their trailer.
Yeah, no, it was after we had to come down the hill.
The road kept getting narrower and obviously less traveled, and we were approaching what our map showed might be a waterfall. It turns out the waterfall is now actually a small hydro dam, but it was interesting nevertheless. Cool campsite.
Oh, wow. This is right. I'm gonna turn down here.
The Trans-Labrador Highway has some long stretches between stops, which is not a problem, but one does need to fuel up at every stop.
Roger. Yeah.
Just past Happy Valley Goose Bay, we turned at a place called Muskrat Falls, which sounded like it might be scenic and interesting.
Please follow the road.
Unfortunately, what used to be Muskrat Falls is now a huge hydroelectric dam, but it was an interesting place to camp for the night. Today we're heading for St. Louis on the eastern coast of Labrador. This part of Labrador is somewhat flat, but still quite scenic. As we approached the small coastal town of St. Louis, the fog closed in on us. Just outside of St. Louis, a steep road leads up to the Fox Harbor radar station. It's the easternmost point to which you can drive on the North American continent. The radar station was abandoned in 1961, but there are still remnants of it, and the site is maintained for visitors.
Should take a picture of this little sign.
Yeah. I'm curious about that ever since we came.
As we settled into camp on this windy hilltop, the sun made a very brief appearance through a hole in the clouds. Our hilltop campsite at Fox Harbor Air Station is also the trailhead for a great nature trail that leads down the hillside, and in the morning we hiked out to explore it. We couldn't see very far because of the fog, but it's a very interesting landscape with a well-maintained trail. The town dump is nearby, so we weren't surprised to see this black bear on the road. I just pulled over so I could get it on the dash cam. We drove to Mary's Harbor, where there's a maintained walking trail out to a small waterfall. The river was very low this time of year, but the falls were pretty nonetheless. Before catching the ferry from Blanc-Sablon to Newfoundland, we had time for one more hike along the small coastal trail. We lucked out on the ferry to Newfoundland and got a spot right by the exit ramp, so we'd be the first off the boat. After a smooth and uneventful ferry crossing, we at last arrived in Newfoundland.
Now arriving Newfoundland.
From the ferry dock in St. Barb, we drove north and then east toward Angli. Tomorrow we'll begin a new adventure along the rugged east coast of Newfoundland's Great Northern Peninsula. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.